Hello everyone and welcome to the latest episode of Book Time with Elvis. With me, Mark, and also Elvis is here, of course, somewhere. You probably heard his little footsteps. So yeah. Oh, he's just brought something. It's not very professional, is it? So yes, I thought I'd make a video today kind of talking about a few of the things that are in store for this new year of 2022. Being a big mood reader, I do struggle to decide on a TBR every single month. There are a couple of things that I've agreed to do with other people, which I'm very happy to do and looking forward to. So there are a few things set in stone, but a few other things will just pop in and out as the months go by. Some of the things that are coming up, one of them I mentioned in my previous video, which is the Reading Africa 2022 readathon, I suppose, linked to the Africa Cup of Nations football tournament or soccer tournament to my American friends. And that's starting next Sunday, and I'm really looking forward to that. I've got a few books lined up. I have the country of Gambia, and I have a book for that, and I have a couple of books for the other countries in my group, which I believe are Tunisia, Mauritania, and Mali. I'm almost finished one that I started last night for Mali, called Desert Blues, and to be honest, I should have finished it last night, as it's a book that comes in a whopping 34 pages, I think, 35 pages, so it's more like an essay, but it's actually very interesting. It's all about two friends. It's a true story. Two friends who became estranged. One of them kind of spends time with the rebels, and he was I think he was in like Al Qaeda and this kind of thing. And the other one continued in the music business, and apparently the culture of music in Mali is very big. They have a big film festival. Film festival. Jesus, it's gonna be one. It's already one of those days, eh? Back to school and my brain's gone. Music festival celebrating both indigenous music of the various cultures in Mali, as well as getting in some names from outside. And it actually starts with them discussing when Bono turned up to perform at this festival. I'll tell you more about it once I'm finished it. I'm sure you'll be waiting with bated breath as to what the outcome of it all will be. And what I really wanted to read is oh gosh, there were two books with very similar titles, and actually one of them is written by Joshua Hamm, who's the same author of this Desert Blues, and it's called like the badass librarians of Timbuktu. But I chose not to read that one. I'm going to read another one by a guy called Charlie English, I think, which is something else, Librarians of Timbuktu. But I don't know. I'll talk about them more once I'm doing it. But these are a few of the things I've got set up to read this week and during the course of the tournament. I decided to kind of read some of the countries that Gambia will face first, because I've got Gambia at least for 3 matches. So as long as they're still in the tournament by the time I finish the book, I'm not that worried. So yeah, I just kind of would like to preempt the fact that they might win or lose rather, and read some of the books from the other teams in their group. Gosh, if you're still with me, congratulations. I just wanted to make a video, and I didn't really plan completely. I mean, I have an idea, of course, what I want to say, but I didn't script it out or really plan forward too much on exactly what I was going to say. But anyway, that starts on Sunday. So that's the Reading Africa 2022 competition or readathon. And it's going to be great. If you haven't joined and you would still like to join, you still can. It's not a problem. Just comment on this video. You're more than welcome. I think we have about 26 participants so far, so it's a pretty good turnout. And something else I've been trying since the end of December, I got a free, anyone can get it of course, I'm sure, but Amazon UK offered it to me, which was 2 months for free using their Kindle Unlimited. The other option was 3 months for 99p. I thought, well, why spend the money? 2 months is enough to see if it's worthwhile. And so far, I really like it. I've read 4 or 5 books already from this, and I'm going to try to read only books from the Kindle Unlimited, excepting, of course, the books I need to read for Africa, the African Challenge. Though luckily, the Desert Blues one was available on Kindle Unlimited, so I did get it for free. So already it's kind of panned out to be worthwhile. I read a couple of books by an author called J.A. Ironside, and she's written quite a few historical fictions, but she wrote this this trilogy. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, or it'll be too much of a glare. Probably too much of a glare there. But she wrote this trilogy called The King's Knight, and the first book is Revolt, second book is Treason, and third book is Tyrant, and it's all set during the time of Richard II. So it starts off with the Peasants' Revolt, and then goes through basically to his deposition, is it? When he was deposed in the last book. And it follows this knight, Gregory Maudsley, who's actually he's a Baron Maudsley, and has various characters in it, some real, some not real. Maudsley himself, of course, is not real, but Henry Bolingbroke, Richard II, of course, they are real. And one character who's kind of a main character and friend of Maudsley is actually Geoffrey Chaucer. So that's all very interesting, actually. And I thought they were great books, really good. And I thoroughly enjoyed them. Although there was one thing that I found to be just weird. And I don't know, I mean, I was always, yeah, I'm sure, you know, maybe it doesn't bother any of you except me. I do kind of latch onto things sometimes, and, you know, they're not very important, but they bother me. And, you know, I always thought that if you are knighted, if you are Sir somebody or other, then you use your first name. So, you know, when I'm knighted for services to Anglo-Czech relations and the promulgation of the English language throughout Central Europe, then I wouldn't be Sir Tibbles, I would be Sir Mark, yeah. And, you know, I always thought that's the way it is, but strangely in this book, she doesn't do it that way. Everything else is fantastic. The research is good. She knows what she's talking about. But in this one thing, she's not doing it. And I don't know whether she does it because I do apologize for all the squeaking. Bless it. I do. Yeah. You see, I've lost my thought there. I don't know if she does it because there's too many people have the same first name in those days. You know, there are so many Edwards and Henrys and that kind of thing. But instead of calling him like Sir Gregory, she calls him Sir Maudsley, which annoys me. You know, I really like these books. I would almost, if I could edit them myself, if I could do that, just because it bothers me. I actually feel like writing to her and telling her or asking her what's the reason behind it, because it just seems such a weird thing for everything else to be good, and it seems like, as I say, she's done her research to just have this weird anomaly. Unless, of course, I'm wrong and you know, back in those days, you know, whatever it is, 650 years ago, maybe it was like that. I don't know. If you do know, put it in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that I'm right. Anyway, but really good. And I read, what else? I did read something else from Kindle Unlimited, which is Siege by Richard Foreman. And it's a historical novel about the First Crusade, or at least part of the First Crusade, specifically the siege of... oh dear, why won't it let me show it? There we go. There we go. Siege by Richard Foreman. Particularly the Siege of Antioch. And it's a very short book. And in fact, the books by Ironside as well were pretty short. First one was like 180 pages, and then the other two were under 300 pages. This one is under 200 pages. And it was also very good. Very enjoyable, good classic kind of adventure. And there are two other books in this series, which I will get to as well. And, you know, considering I'm getting to read these for free, it's great, I think. And, you know, to be introduced to new writers, I didn't know either of them, Foreman or Ironside. You know, it's really a fantastic opportunity, I think, to kind of, I can't say broaden my horizons in terms of the material I'm reading, because I do love history and historical fiction, and these are kind of things that I know a bit about anyway, but at least to discover new bits of historical fiction about these topics. Excuse me, I'm just going to have a drink of tea. You know, what is it, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so yeah, I should have a biscuit or something like that to go with it. So yeah, it is. So far, it's proving to be worth it. The problem is, of course, am I going to read it, you know, enough that then I don't want to pay for it, because I've already read everything I want to read. But there does seem to be a lot out there, and certainly the choice seems to be much, much better than it was when I looked at it a couple of years ago. So yeah, it's pretty good. And I'm also reading as well another short book, which kind of is like more of an academic essay, really, I suppose. But it's very enjoyable and very interesting. And it is this one here, Robin Hood, A True Legend by Sean, oh, my thumb's in the way, McLean. There you go. And that's also from the Kindle Unlimited selection. And it just looks at the background of the Robin Hood legend, and, you know, is it based on anybody in particular? And it talks about all the old ballads and legends, and when did they originate? Probably sometime back in the 13th, 14th century, something like that. And very interesting, again, because he kind of says that some of the characters may have had their own legends, and then they were kind of pushed together. Like a couple of times, Little John kind of precedes Robin Hood in the billing of some of the legends. And also they're quite violent, and you know, they have killed a few innocents, so it's not all like you know, we see in the films, yeah. But he's no bystanders get hurt or anything like that. So anyway, that's one other thing I'm doing, which is this trying to read as much of the Kindle Unlimited choice for free as I can before that expires. And then coming up in March, I'm very excited. I'll be hosting a read-along of James Clavell's Shogun with Noah from Everyone Reads It Who Must Converse. And Shogun's a fantastic book. If you want to join, let me know. It will be great, I think. I don't know Noah that well, so it will be a good chance for me to get to know him and to, you know, read something together. Because generally speaking, you know, kind of the stuff he normally reads that I've seen on his channel isn't necessarily the stuff I would initially go for. But it's nice that we found this common ground in Shogun, and we'll see where that takes us. So that'll be very good. And because I got War and Peace, not War and Peace, I did get War and Peace, but it's Don Quixote. I'm thinking of. I got Don Quixote for Christmas, and there's a read along of that hosted by Roz at Scallydandling About the Books and Alan from Big Hard Books and Classics. That's taking place also in March, so I've given myself a job to do there, I think, with those two books. I mean, Shogun is over 1,000 pages, and as is Don Quixote, or at least very close to it. Certainly they both fall in the March of the Mammoths category. So luckily, of course, Shogun will be a reread for me, so that will make it a bit easier, but I don't imagine reading much else in March. And apart from those things, I'll also be continuing kind of off and on my journey through Gothic works with Vin at Revenant Reads. So far that's been interesting. I haven't been, you know, overwhelmed by any of the books so far, but they are, I'm still glad I've read them. Yeah. The last one was Mysteries of Adolfo by Anne Radcliffe, and yeah, it was all right. I mean, I'm not going to say, you know, go and read it. Maybe there were really good moments in it, and she's a very descriptive writer, and it's nice that there was enough there to hold my attention, but there was a lot as well that kind of you wish would just kind of, that should just kind of get to the point. Yeah, and also Vin and I, and I think possibly Jack as well from Rambling Raconteur, we're going to go through some classic historical works, starting, I believe, next month with Thucydides, or Thucydides. Do you pronounce the C? I know in Latin you do. I don't know about in Greek. Work on the Peloponnesian War, which Michael K Vaughan made a video about yesterday. So if you want to go and check it out, of course, he's fantastic. And that is that for now, in terms of what's coming up in 2022. The Humorous Book Club will continue, of course. We are reading Thank You Jeeves by P.G. Wodehouse this month, though I want to try to kind of expand it. I've been looking around on Goodreads and having a look through these humorous book lists. If any of you have any good humorous book recommendations that I can take to the group, if you want to join the group as well, of course, let me know below. You'd be very welcome, and it's a lot of fun. You don't have to stay every month. I mean, you can stay in the conversation, of course, and just ignore it, but some people, you know, have read something one month, then didn't want to read the next book, but then read, you know, the book the following month. So, you know, there's no pressure to read every single thing. Just read what suits you. Yeah. And I'm sure there will be more, but I haven't, you know, I'm not going to commit myself yet, because I did overcommit last year to the point that the end of the year was a mad rush to try and finish things that I had committed to reading and didn't get to do during the, you know, scheduled time and stuff like that. So I'm going to try and keep myself open, or at least allow for myself to have one or two mood choices a month as well. There will be a few more original tags I've got in the pipeline, which I hope to release sometime soon. I've still got a backlog of tags I need to do. I think I've got at least 9 that I found that I need to catch up on. So that should be coming soon, maybe tomorrow. It is Tuesday after all, so we'll see. Anyway, I've rambled and rambled. They should probably play that Oscar music or something. They should have played that probably about 15 minutes ago, you know. But yeah, that's what you, my wonderful viewers, have to look forward to this year, as well as what I have to look forward to as well. And I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, there's so much I'd love to read. And of course, as you all know, there's always seems to be more to read than we've got time to read it. So, but I think the main goal this year, for me at least, is to try to make videos more regularly than I did towards the end of last year, because I really enjoy it. You know, it is my hobby. It's something I get to do for fun, and I'm going to try and make sure I have the time and make the time to do that. And I hope also come up with some good ideas and things, because I'm always watching other people's and I'm thinking, oh, you know, I kind of want to make videos in response to other people sometimes. I'm a little bit argumentative. I'm a little bit petty, as you saw with the whole how to use knighthoods and things like that. And yeah, I would like to kind of make discussion videos, yeah, that kind of stuff. We'll see. But anyway, I've gone on far too long. Apologies, but thank you for sticking with me if you have done so far. And yeah, I wish you all a fantastic rest of your day, however long you've got left of this day, and I will see you all again soon. So thanks a lot. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.